Good morning. Let's do some yoga. Yay, right? Spin around here and sit still, right? As always, if this is not available to you for your knees or your ankles, use a block or a pillow at home, bringing it between your ankles or your feet so you can sit high on the block or you can sit low on the block. Both will take some pressure off the knees if you need that assistance. Otherwise, as your knees become more flexible through yoga, you may find you can just sit on your heels. Rest your arms comfortably by your sides with your shoulders relaxed down and away from your ears, eyes gently closed. Find an ah. That was kind of an abrupt ah, so maybe find a little gentler ah. Just a ah. Closing our eyes, we'll check in with our breath. Gently breathing. Just kind of becoming aware of things. Becoming aware of how we feel, how we're breathing. Our mind is chattering away. Let's keep coming back again and again to our breath. See if we can't calm things down a little bit. So feel the crown of your head lifting. Feel the back of your neck. So feel that long giraffe neck, right? Our shoulders are down, pulled away from our ears. Feel the rise and fall of your belly with each breath. Different ways to breathe. We can breathe in and out through the nose. We can breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Or we can do Ujjayi breathing, swallowing the breath. So we inhale through the nose. And then we exhale. Down. It might be a hum, it might be a growl. We're keeping our breath internalized, right? So inhale. Find that little hum. Notice how you're able to exhale without blowing out, without even having to do anything, right? One more breath with our eyes closed. Inhale. And find that little that little ah. Good. All right, opening our eyes, we're going to go ahead and crawl on out. So bringing our hands to the mat, crawl forward, separate our legs hip width apart, bringing our hands straight into our shoulders, starting to move around through cat-cow to get ourselves ready for the good times ahead. I'm going to even come on back to child's pose here. You're invited. Woo! Now, I can't say enough good things about child's pose. It is just so nice. All right, so coming back up, tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, legs hip width apart, fingers spread. Flex our toes a little bit. And then start leaning forward, kitty cat. Arching that back, fraidy cat, tucking chin, kitty stretch. And then moving back, pushing our hips back, a little arch in the lower back, bringing our gaze forward. Be mindful of your neck, always stay safe. Little subtle, slow flowing movements. Leaning forward, push, lift up and away, tuck your chin. Coming back, pushing back towards the heels. Feel your tailbone. Be mindful of the neck here, arms fully extended. Good. And once we get it set, we can kind of go between those 2 points, flow gently. Notice if you lost track of the breath, and then come right back to it. Good. Kind of roll with it. Good. All right, so back to the center. Hands under the shoulders, legs hip width apart, pressing into both hands. Let's go ahead and lift our right leg up. Let's point our toe, start reaching back. Good. Then press firmly into your right hand. Reaching forward with your left. We want to be mindful of our neck here, so we're just kind of keeping our gaze down so our head is straight on our shoulders. We're lengthening forward through the fingertips. We're drawing back through the toes. We're just staying with our breath, so we stay right in the center, right? Feel your belly rise and fall with each breath. Good. All right, we're going to lower our hand first. We're going to lower our leg. We're going to get centered, moving around through our cat-cow. This is our home base after all. So it's good to just always make yourself feel at home before we take these little short treks away from home, right? So, all right, hands into the shoulders, legs hip width apart, pressing into both hands again, lifting the left leg. Straighten out, point your toes, start lengthening, reaching back, press firmly into the left hand, extend out with the right. Keep breathing. Reaching, drawing back, breathing in the center. Yay. All right, let's lower our hand. Let's lower our leg. Let's go to our cat-cow. Saying, yay, I love cat-cow. And, even child's pose. They're all connected, each pose is just a road on the way to the next, right? So leaning forward up towards the plane. All right, so we need to kind of stretch up a little bit here. So I'm gonna come towards the front of my mat to go into pigeon pose. I'm gonna lift the right leg up again. I'm gonna lengthen back again. This is like drawing back on a bowstring. We're gonna launch through. So we're gonna lengthen back, draw back, and then release, launch through. Relax the leg, bend the knee, bring it to or towards your wrist. Find where your foot wants to track and relax somewhere along the midline of the body. Easy back on the left leg. Start slow. You can start to lean into it and lower down to your forearms. You can cradle the head. Find the little ums and ahs, they're around. So we're stretching our hips, we're stretching our knees. Getting ourselves again prepared for all the good times ahead. Yay. All right, we're coming up and out, so we want to come back to our hands. We want to press into our hands to bring our legs back together. We want to move through our cat-cow yet again, so we are truly centered and we're not starting with any imbalances. All right, again, I'm going to come back a little bit. So back to the front of the mat, lifting the left leg this time. So again, think of drawing back and launching through. Bend the knee. Relax the leg totally so there's no tension. Find where your foot wants to track. Maybe it's in the midline, right along the midline of the body. Maybe it's more directly under the thigh. It's going to vary from knee to knee and hip to hip. It's a personal conversation between your hip, your knee, and yourself. And hopefully we can all agree. And then find where it gets the most benefit for all three. All right, lowering down. Woo! Also, just a really nice restorative pose. Okie doke, starting to come out again. So back to our forearms, back to our hands, pressing into our hands to bring our legs back together. And then one more cat-cow. This is going to be a cat-cow child's pose special. So if you're ready just to come on back to child's pose, notice how child's pose has similarities to pigeon with our knees and our hips, and we're just doing both knees bent. But pigeon pose kind of set us up to go a little deeper in the child's pose maybe. See if you can walk your fingertips forward. Really start to open your shoulders. We're going to start to move towards downward dog and friends. We want to have our shoulders prepped. Start to connect with your hands. Good. All right, coming up. Let's start with our high plank today. Our modified plank today. So back with our hands here. I'm going to bring my feet back. And then I'm just going to lean out over my knees. So hands under the shoulders, leaning out over the knees. Find your breath here. Good. And then lowering down, we can lean into it, bend our elbows, and just lower ourselves down, chaturanga style. And then once we're here, there's levels of upper facing. I always like to slide my feet back to make sure I fully lengthen out. And then connect with the palms, connect with the hands as you lift the chest. And each time you lift, press into the palms to hold your gains, right? So rather than doing a push-up with the hands, we're lifting with the spine and then holding with the hands. And then you can also use the forearms if you want a little extra support here. So these are variations of upward facing poses. So cobra, upward facing dog, sphinx, little baby cobra, little variations. So we're feeling our belly, we're feeling our lower back. Good. And then we're going to come back to puppy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lower down. I'm going to push my hands. I'm going to lift my hips. I'm going to lower my forearms and then lower my head, keeping my hips lifted. So this is kind of a little baby downward dog or a puppy. So we can start to open our shoulders, pressing our hands, lifting our forearms off the mat. Connect with your pads of your fingers, pressing into the mat, stretching the shoulders. Good. And then we're going to start to flow through these things. So we'll take our breath, and then as we exhale, we'll come back out to that plank. We'll inhale once we get there. We'll exhale and we'll lower down. We'll inhale that upward facing wherever you want to go. We'll exhale back to puppy. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale at the top. Exhale as we lower. Inhale up. Exhale puppy. Let's do two more. Inhale. Exhaling out. Inhale. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling up. All right, I'm going to go through one more time, and then I'm going to go directly to downward dog. So inhale puppy one last time. Exhale out to the plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lowering down. Inhaling upward facing. And then connect with your toes. Exhale, lift your hips, push, lift, push back, drop the head between the arms. Downward facing dog, yay, there it is. Notice how we can move our weight around here a little bit. We can start to lower one heel at a time to stretch the back of each leg. Make sure you're breathing. We're upside down now, so we've got to make sure we're breathing clearly, right? Find those little ahs. Spread your fingers, really connect with your palms and the pads of your fingers so you have that wide base. Good. Just maybe take a little note of where you're starting out today so we can always check our progress because it does take place. It happens. Inhale, and then we're going to exhale out to a high plank. We need to adjust our hands a little on this first one to line them up under our shoulders. Good. Really connect with the thumb and forefinger for support, so we have our weight transferred in instead of the outside of the wrist. So if we connect with the thumb and forefinger, almost as though we're pinching into the mat. Good. Inhale, exhale, lowering down. And then inhale, upward facing. That's going to stay the same unless you want to go a little higher or lower, depending on where you want to be. Connect with your toes. Exhale. Downward dog again. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. A few more times. Inhale. Exhaling out. Inhale. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling downward dog. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Last time through, and then we're going to come back to child's pose. Inhale. Exhaling up. Inhale. Exhaling down. Inhaling upward facing. Exhaling back to child's pose. Woohoo! Right? Yay! All right, coming up to sit up on our heels once again where we began. This is hero pose, so we're starting to feel heroic, right? All this heroic stuff we're doing. Feel free to close your eyes. It's always a great opportunity to check in again. Start over from scratch. It's my first day, right? Find that ah. You don't need an excuse to feel good right now. You have my permission. feel good right now. Okie dokie. So we're gonna do our cobbler pose or Malasana. So you can come from the bottom up or the top down. Bottom up, we're just gonna come up to our toes. We're gonna turn our knees out, face this way so you can see what's going on. Ta-da! You can use your hands on the mat. You can press your arms to the insides of your legs, or you can maybe bring your hands over your heart. Top down. We're gonna come up, step out a little bit, and then same thing, we squat down using our forearms. Maybe we're able to come down a little lower. It's a little different with the heels down, so I prefer to lift the heels up on the toes, feet a little closer together, and then right here. Modification. Couple more breaths here. Yay. Okie doke. So we're gonna come out and then go back to downward dog. So I'm gonna need to turn around to do this. I'm gonna turn back around. Turning our knees forward again, feet forward, knees forward. Walking our hands out. From this low crouch position, we're gonna lift our hips again, push back, and ta-da, we're back in downward dog. How about that? Pretty cool. All right, pedaling our feet, lower one heel at a time, stretch the back of each leg. Maybe notice if this downward dog is not a little better than the first one today. Always celebrate your progress. Maybe the progress is just you're a little more at ease holding downward dog. You could do this all day, right? But we have stuff to do. So downward dog has a good buddy, three-legged dog. So we're gonna go to three-legged dog. We wanna really connect with our hands. We wanna soften our knees up a little bit so they don't walk out once we lift our legs. So bend up the knees a little bit and then lift the right leg and then really straighten it out. Point your toes, start reaching back. Hands drop between our arms, just kind of looking back. We're upside down, make sure you're breathing clearly. Yay! All right, we're gonna lower, center and downward dog, and then go into our other side. Lifting the left leg, straighten out, point your toe, really think of reaching back, like you're trying to press a button with your left toe, right? Feeling like you almost got it. If you could just lengthen a little bit more, it's right there, right? Yay. Breathing and lowering. This is our last downward dog. I know, parting is such sweet sorrow. We can always do more. Okie doke. So we're gonna walk our hands towards our feet, and we're gonna get a nice forward fold here. So we're not coming up yet. Keeping our head dropped between our arms, lowering our heels, spreading our toes. Maybe we wanna walk our feet a little closer together if we have them separated more for downward dog. Still breathing. Relaxing the neck, head's hanging out. Good, we're gonna come halfway out. So bring our hands to our legs somewhere, our thighs or shins or our knees, or you can bring your hands together and support yourself with your wrists on top of your thighs. And we're looking down, feel the back of your neck, feel the length of the neck. Find that Anchor your heels, feel your tailbone pushing back. Feel your crown of your head lengthening forward. Nice long open spine. Lots of here. All right, let's come up. So soften the knees, we're gonna come rest the way up and ta-da. Taking a big inhale up, exhale down. Good, let me see if I'm properly in frame for what's to come next. Should work. All right, so stay at the top of our mat. We're gonna go out into Warrior 1, into Warrior 2, into Warrior 2, into Warrior 1. See how that goes? 1, 2, 2, 1. Perfect. All right. Taking a couple steps back and forth to get ourselves warrior-y, warrior-like, any of those. Good. We're going to step forward on the left. Stepping out. I have a wall here. All right. So a couple of things here. So I have both feet forward, so my lower back stays out the deal. If you feel more at ease lowering that back heel, feel free. I'm gonna keep both feet forward, which kind of keeps that back heel off the mat. So our legs hip width apart, toes spread, heels anchored, hands over the heart. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good, and then think of throwing your shoulders back, lifting the chest, and then reaching up. Deep breath, and then as we exhale, we're gonna bend our knees to lower into a really deep lunge. Good. We're gonna keep breathing. We're gonna get it set one more time. So inhale, lift up and reach up. Exhaling, lowering, nice and strong. Keep breathing. That's how we keep our balance. Stay focused on our center with our breath. Really strong pose, warrior one. You shall not pass. You shall not pass. Right. Good. All right, so we're going to transform into warrior two. I should have done this the other direction because now I'm going to be facing away from the camera. I didn't think this through. Let's see how this looks from this angle. So lower our heel, walk our right foot into the center of the mat, lower our arms, palms facing down, and then bend that left knee out, but I'm facing the wrong direction. Let me spin around. So let's imagine I did this the other way. Stepped out here and then I spun around to here. That's what we're doing. So left knee is bent up, straight over the heel. Right leg is straight. Right foot facing forward, left foot facing left. If we straighten up the knee and bring our hands overhead and take a deep breath, and then exhale, arms down, palms down, reach out, lengthen out. And keep breathing. Warrior two, the sequel. Think of touching the walls, lengthen in both directions. Lift the chest, shoulders back. All right, we're going to come up and down a few times. So straighten the knee, inhale, hands overhead. Exhaling, lowering. Good, two more. Last one. All right, we're going to switch sides the same way. So inhale up, switch your feet. Turn your left foot in, turn your right foot out, lower down. Good, check that alignment. Heel of the right lines up to the arch of the left. Left foot forward, right foot right. Lengthen out in both directions so that we're pushing the walls apart. Still breathing easy. This is the sequel of the sequel, right? Warrior two, part two. Good, let's come up. Inhale, straighten the knee, hands together. Exhale, bend the knee, lower the arms, palms down. Two more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Good, there it is, warrior two. All right, so we're gonna transform to warrior one on the other direction by relaxing our arms down. We're gonna turn in, so turn our left foot in, step our right foot out. So we have that same stance, but we're on the other direction. All right, so right foot forward, left foot back, toes spread, heels anchored. Again, both feet for me are lined up. If you feel more at ease lowering that heel, feel free. Try to keep your hips lined up forward though. Good, right, hands over the heart, shoulders back, reaching up, deep breath. Lowering on the exhale, bending our knees, finding that lunge. We need to make little minor adjustments, stepping forward, stepping back as needed. Good, let's come up, inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lowering, strong, warrior one. All right, stepping up, hand to the thigh, lean forward, press off. Done. All right, let's do warrior two rest and friends. So some other side postures we can link together. So I can face forward now. So facing the front, let's start with both feet facing forward and just kind of get accustomed to this newfound stance. Moving my weight around, I can shift and pivot, I can spin, I can do all these things, shake it out a little bit. Good, and turn the left foot out again. Left foot, left, right foot forward. Heel of the left lines up to the heel to arch of the right. And then let's move around again so we become accustomed to this newfound stance. Pressing in. Pressing back. It's like New York, right? All right, so I like to use a block for the Bikram triangle stage of this. I'm going to block right on the inside of my foot. Bringing the hands together overhead and then lowering down. So reach out. So now our palms are facing forward because we're going to be able to need to connect with the backs of our hands or our wrist. And this is going to be triangle pose. So we reach out, and our hips are centered right now. If we push them over to the right, we get ourselves in alignment to pivot or windmill over. Keep your arms extended, and then find support somewhere. So you're pressing into the inside of the left leg with the back of the left arm or hand. And it might be down by the calf, it might be the inside of the upper thigh. Just find somewhere you can press in and then reach up. Triangle. All right, transitioning to Bikram triangle. We bend the left knee up again, so it's straight over the heel, and this is where I'm gonna go to the block now. Otherwise, keep pressing into the inside of that leg for support. And use the block as a little kickstand. Then again, reach up with the right. Keep breathing. Good, and then bringing the left arm up to the top of the leg, reaching across with the right. Oh, more ah. These are so good. Extended side angle. You can think of a nice animal we can relate to this pose. All right, so let's come up. So we're gonna go to reverse triangle. So we straighten the knee, bring the right hand to the back of the right leg, lift the left up. Look up at your hand, your palms facing in, you're lengthening out, shoulders back. So even though it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on here, it's still a very active stance. Some may find more benefit by arching over and back. So if it works for you, my lower back likes me just to stay straight and strong here, lengthened out, leaning back. Breathe. All right, we're gonna lower down and do the same stuff on the other side. So we'll turn our left foot in, we'll turn our right foot out. I'm gonna transfer the block over to the inside of the right foot. But get accustomed to this stance again. Move around a little bit, really spread the toes, anchor the heels so you have a firm foundation from the ground up. Left foot forward, right foot right, heel to the right, lined up with the arch to the left. Good. Arms up, palms forward, pressing our hips over and out to the left, reaching out to the right. Windmill. Connect for support. Reach up. Ah. Triangle. Good. Bikram triangle. Bending up the right knee, either pressing in or using your block. I'm going to go for my block here. And reaching up with the left. We're not dropping into the block, it's just a little support, like a little kickstand. Reaching up. Good, last but not least, well actually two more, so it's not even last. Arm on the right arm on the right leg, reaching across with the left. Ah, more ah. Extended side angle. And kind of lean forward a little bit to really connect, pushing off here, deepen it. Again, we're not collapsed, just to support. Good, last but not least, now, straighten the knee. Left hand, back of left leg. Reaching up the right, palm forward, chest lifted, shoulders back. Reverse triangle, or arching over if that's what feels right for you. Find some still very active, not relaxed yet. But the breathing is, the breath stays relaxed. All right, release. Turn your right foot in, kick the block aside. Let's see if I can get my 3D effect on the block. Woo! All right, cool. Shake it out. All right, we were this way, we were that way. We want to be here. So let's get ourselves back to center with a wide-legged forward fold. If we bring both feet forward again, stepping out to that wide stance, I'm slightly pigeon-toed in even a little bit so I can really anchor the heels, spread the toes, connect with that outside edge of the feet. Good, let's move around just a little bit. And then hands on the hips, shoulders back, chest lifted. Cape fluttering in the breeze. Super, heroes. All right, we're gonna start to come forward. So we're gonna move slow, just lean forward. Start to push your weight back. Anchor your heels. Bring your hands to your thighs until you're halfway down. Ah, definite here. Feel free and stay halfway, or otherwise come on down. You're the next contestant. Straight down to the mat, or taking hold of the ankles or the outsides of the feet. Wherever you can find your support, just connect with your hands somewhere so you can relax your head, relax your neck. I like to think of the hips lifting as the head lowers. Maybe you widen out a little bit here. And then depending on, as you breathe, you may feel yourself going deeper, and just go with it and guide your way in. So I'm coming down to my forearms here, lifting the hips, lowering the head, cradling the head so it's safe and supported. There is a definite degree of, oh yes, right here. Eureka! We found it! All right, well, you know, this would be an easy one to stay in all day, but we still have a few things to do. So let's take our time coming out. I always bring my feet closer together before making the final ascent. So bringing the feet about shoulder width. And then use your hands to walk up your legs if you like. And then, ta-da, we're on our feet. Shake it out a little bit. Let's take a deep breath. Let's do that again. Third time's a charm. Excellent. Let's quickly go over mountain pose so we really get ourselves grounded on both feet before we go into our standing one-legged poses. So I'm going to bring my big toes together, touching with the heels separated, toes spread. Lift and lower the heels, roll in, roll out, so I really connect with the four corners of the feet, really anchored down. And then palms to the side, or palms forward, arms kind of hanging by our sides. Shoulders back, chest lifted. I'm going to close my eyes here and just, find the breath. So mountain pose, Tadasana. Wiggle the fingertips, feel your circulation. Find the ums and the ahs. All right, so now that we are set on one foot, on both feet, let's get on one foot. So we're gonna do one-legged chair pose, right? So standing on both feet first, we're gonna prepare ourselves for it though. So I'm gonna bring up the left leg. I'm gonna take hold of it. Again, this is preparation here, but this is also getting us, we're balancing. As soon as that foot leaves the ground, you're on one foot and you're balancing. This is more of kind of a crane or a flamingo, right? So knees bent, you can hold on as much as you need, and then you just lift the shoulders back. It's nice if you have a wall in case you start to fall, but it's better to catch yourself with your breath, because if you throw yourself back to your center with a quick exhale, you find your center of gravity and it helps you achieve that balance. Otherwise, you can gesticulate wildly, waving your arms around, trying to hold on to things, right? All right, so I'm gonna shake this leg out, and then I'm gonna lower it. I'm gonna take a couple steps back and forth, doing the same thing on the other side. So lifting the knee, I'm gonna bring my hands just underneath, interlacing the fingers, shoulders back, standing tall. Good, release. And again, we always want to try and do the same thing we did on the other side. So since I did some waving, I'm going to go ahead and create a little wave here so I get that balance, having to stop myself. You can flex the foot up or point the toe down or just relax the ankle. You can move around a little bit. Notice how when we do move, the balance goes to autopilot. It's a fascinating thing to discover. And then when we stop, it's like, oh, you just got handed the keys and now you're driving the balance, right? Good. Lowering down. All right, now for the deal. One-legged chair pose. Left foot comes back up. This time we're crossing the left foot, the left ankle, just over our right knee. Our right leg is, I'm having to catch myself. Find that breath. It's hard to focus on my breath while I'm talking, but I should do that. Good. All right, so toes spread, heel anchored, knees soft. Starting to bend the knee, pressing the palms together. So we're right here. So we want to push back to find our seat. We want to bend our knee to sit low. And if we lift our elbows up, we stand tall, right? Or sit tall, sit stand. All right, so push back, bend down, lift up, and breathe. One-legged chair pose. Maybe you can take some notes here since we're sitting down. Keep breathing. Good. All right. Coming up, coming out. I want to get ground on both feet, stomping, stamping around. So nice to be back down on the ground, right? And then same thing on the other side so we don't walk out of here in circles, right? Right foot. Right leg lifts, right foot crosses just over left knee, just above. Good. Relax the knee, relax the hips so we're not holding tension anywhere. Really connect with the left foot, toe spread, heel anchored, knees soft, bend back. Find your seat as though you're having a seat, right? You're sitting down. And then if we press our palms together, we have this support where we can push inward. So we're pushing back to find our seat. We're bending the standing knee to lower down. We're lifting our elbows so our shoulders are back. We're sitting straight up. Good. So it's back, it's down, and it's up. Or maybe we start to waver again. If you lose it, come back. 3 more breaths. 2 more. Last one. Good. And that's it. All right. Finishing off with tree pose. You can keep both feet on the ground, bringing the bottom of the left foot to the inside of the right, and then hands over the heart and lifting the toes as you want to check your balance. But since we've already been doing more complex things, you probably already have that balance. So you can maybe start to work your foot up the inside of the leg. So the inside of the calf, or maybe up to the inside of the thigh. We want to be careful not to press directly into the side of our knee. So either go above or below the knee. Feel the bottom of both feet. I like to grip with the toes of both feet. So I feel the circulation going down both legs. And I'm trying to convince myself that I'm standing on 2 feet. Is the bottom of my feet are both standing, technically, right? All right, so we can keep the hands over heart, or we can grow our branches. Tree pose, so nice for Vrksasana. If you start to waver, hold on to something, maybe it's here, maybe it's there. I'm gonna rub my belly and pat my head. No, it's rub my head, pat my belly. Anyway. That's it, lowering down. Side, step, step. Sitting our roots down, grounding both feet. Same thing on our other side, picking up right where we left off on A with side B. So here, or here, here. Good. Hands over the heart. Grip with your feet, feel the bottoms of your feet. Feel both legs activated. Stay centered with your breath. Good, and then grow your branches as you like. Or maybe it's the pat the head, rub the belly. Or maybe the birds are coming. Maybe we're taking our arms out here, over here. Maybe we're, there's all kinds of things you can do here. Once you get used to it, you'll find that you could just kind of hang out with this. If you're wanting to practice this and you're not confident, you can do it while you brush your teeth. You're standing at the bathroom sink, right? You're brushing your teeth. Stand on 1 foot, brush your teeth with 1 hand, right? And then when you switch legs, switch hands too, and you'll become ambidextrous toothbrusher. Okay, all right, so that's it. Lower down, foot, step, 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 and then we'll take our bow. But wait, there's more. Let's come on down. So I'm going to come to the top. I guess this is the top. And then I'm going to get a forward fold out of the kneel coming down. So bringing our hands down. We did a forward fold from the ground up. This is from the top down. Notice the little differences, right? As we drop our head, relax our neck, we connect with our hands. Keep breathing. Maybe with each breath, you notice yourself going deeper and you're guiding your way in. Hips lift, head drops. All right, good, and I'm gonna walk it out. Walking the hands out. And then we're just gonna do a little cat-cow child's pose, 2 for special before we roll over onto our backs to finish. So little quick cat-cow here. Just a little free range, freestyle. Go where it feels good. Don't think at all. Just feel it. Feel it out. Go where you're feeling you need it, where it guides you. Maybe it's guiding you right back to child's pose. You're like, yes, child's pose. Or if you want to go deeper, bring your legs together, more of a tortoise pose. So as we push lower to our heels, we clasp our hands beneath our feet. Wow. Okay. And then finally sitting up, right where it began, heroically. We made a full circle, the hero's journey. Sitting on our heels, hero pose. Close your eyes. Stay with the breath. All right, open our eyes. We're gonna spin around onto our backs for the win, for the finish. So coming on down, spinning on around. I have my feet right at the edge of the mat. So when I recline back, the mat beneath my head. Head on straight. Arms by the sides. Go just bend at the knees, bring our feet in. Gently push off from your feet. Just roll side to side, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. Try to let the head fall back. Walking the feet in closer. Just my pants here a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna do some bridging. So keep your palms down, or just as long as the backs of your arms connect for support, you can just really anchor yourself that way. And we'll start to lift and lower a few times. So lifting up, lowering down. Lifting up, lowering down. Move slowly and bring my palms down now. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Let's do one more up and down and then hold at the top. So inhale, lift. Find, anchor your feet, spread your toes, anchor the heels, legs are hip width apart. Lower down, one more time. Find the and then decide where you'd like to hold. Maybe you just want to lift up enough to engage the back side. Maybe you want to push up more towards a full bridge. I'm going to do so, and then I'm going to check my alignment by tapping the backs of my heels. I'm going to exhale all I got. So I can take it in again. And exhale it out again. I'm going to find some ums and some ahs here. So we could all use it, right? Yay. Alright, so when we lower, we want to come from the top down. Let's take one more breath. And then start to lower from between the shoulder blades, rolling our spine, articulating one vertebra at a time. Off of the back of your head as that anchor starting point as you roll each vertebra towards the mat, to the mat. And then once you're down, we lift our feet, take hold of our legs, hug them in. Good. And then we'll finish with happy baby. So I'm going to lift up, take hold of the bottoms of the insides of the feet, and then recline back. So things are going on here, right? We can gently push our feet up into our fingers, gently pull back, so we create a little traction. Very gentle. Close your eyes, or you can open them wide like a baby going, whoa, goo goo gaga, right? Stay with your breath. Create as much traction as you like, pushing in, pulling back, or just hang out passively. Alright, coming out. So bringing our legs back together, hugging the knees in one more time. Yes! Lowering your feet. I'm going to find neutral spine, rocking back and forth again. So relax the lower lumbar. And then arms by the side, straighten the legs, feet falling open, palms up, eyes gently closed. Shavasana. Taking just a couple more breaths before you slowly open your eyes. Feeling great. Take time to yawn and stretch. Roll over on your side, or maybe like me, you're just like, whoop, just want to spring on up and find your seat again. So finding a comfortable cross-legged position is what I'm going to do here. You could do lotus or half lotus if you prefer. And then let's just let our shoulders back and down, neck long, lengthening up through the crown of the head, eyes gently closed.